Welcome to today's Research Career Insight discussion. My name is Manila Sawong. I work at Laos Tropical and Public Health Institute, and I also be visiting scholar at Purdue University. So today we are excited to have Dr. Julia Bello with us, a distinguished research in agriculture, science, education, and communication at Purdue University, and also co-founder and co-director of scientific animation with our border, like SAWBO. Dr. Bao, thank you very much to join us today.
Thank you for having me here today. It is my pleasure to be talking to you about my research. This is a great opportunity, so I really appreciate that you allowed me to talk about my research. Thank you for having me.
So before we ask the insight questions about the research career, can you introduce yourself and your
Yes.
work?
Yes. So my name is Julia Bello Bravo. I am originally from Spain. So Spanish is my my native language, of course. And I speak English with a strong Spanish accent. So I just hope, that this is, that everybody can understand me, but this is just, I hope. Anyway, I am assistant professor in the Department of Agriculture Science, Education and Communication at Purdue University. And I am also one of the co-founders, together with another co-founder, of the program called Scientific Animation Without Borders. And this program was launched in 2011. At that time, we were at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. So we launched that program there. And I will have the opportunity to talk more in detail about this program. But that is me. That is me for now. Thank you.
Wow, yeah, interesting. Yeah. So let's start with your journey in research. Could you share with us how you initially embarked on your research career?
Yes. So just a little about my background before I go into the research that I am doing and the research I have done. So my first degree was law. So I studied law in my country. And then I moved to the US because I really wanted to learn English, right? I didn't speak English. So then I moved to the US and I attended some English courses. And then I joined Purdue University to do a PhD in foreign languages and cultures. So that is my PhD at Purdue University. And after that, I had been working in different higher institutions. So my first experience working was at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. And I work in the Department of Extension. And then it was the Department of Agriculture. So Extension was part of the Department of Agriculture. And then I started to do a lot of work in African countries. So then I moved to the Center for African Studies. And then after that, I moved to Michigan State University. I work in the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition. And then I moved back to Purdue, and this is where I am now. And so regarding my research, I since 2011, right? Before that, it was a different type of research. It was more like outreach. So it was not really a research per se. It was more like, working in extension, trying to engage in Latinos because, of course, of the language, right? So I created and designed programs to engage Latinos communities in the US. So that was what, it was more like outreach. But then since, like I say, 2011, that I was part of this program, one of the co-founders of Scientific Animation Without Borders, I started to think about, okay, this is an outreach program, but also, you need to engage in research, because if you don't bring research, then it's very difficult, right, to prove, right, that that
Right.
your program has impact, right? So this is why I started to think about, okay, what kind of research I can do with this program, right? So before I talk about the research of this program, I want to just take a few minutes just to explain what the program is about.
Okay.
Yes. So
Yes. We
yeah,
feel very lucky to have you today because you have like a really diversity of knowledge. So you have knowledge about law, culture, food, nutrition, agriculture, and also digital communicate. Yeah, as well.
yes, yes, yes. Information and communication technologies. Yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
ICT. This is how they call in the US. And there is another terminology for that is information and communication technologies for development. So this
yes.
is
That is very important. Yeah.
yes, yes. This is another concept. So just to tell you a little about this program, like I mentioned before, it was launched in 2011. And at that time, there was I think it was a hurricane in Haiti. No, it was not a hurricane, sorry. It was an earthquake. Sorry. That was a long
Okay.
time ago.
Okay.
So there was
Okay.
an earthquake, right? So people, of course, lost everything and they didn't have access, right, to clean water. Because after an earthquake, right, it's very difficult to have access to clean water.
Yes.
So that this is how we started to think about how we can help people in Haiti, right? When they have lost everything, and at least if we can kind of help them virtually because we couldn't go there, right, and help people. So if we could help them virtually, what we can do, right, that is important for their well-being to so for them to start recuperating. So of course everybody need water to live, right? So then we
Yeah.
started to work with a, uh, a professor at the University of Illinois that focus on research with water, right? So then
Mm.
we were talking to him and asked him, so what do you think that, like a simple solution that everybody can do, right? So just to clean their water so then they can drink their water, right? Even if it's like dirty water. So then he said, there are like several steps that you follow that you can start cleaning your water. So then we said, okay, so now what we can do, right, is to create this video on how to treat water to prevent cholera, because of course, if you don't have access to clean water, then cholera is the disease that you will, of course, you will have, right? So then we created our first video. We worked with a company in Haiti that helped us to
Mm.
create this video and help us to, kind of distribute, to share the video in Haiti. So we made the video like this animation, right? And then we translated into the language for Haiti. And then this company just helped us to distribute this video. So that was our first initial, right, kind of thinking of what we
Yes.
can do without going to the country and to reach people virtually. And this was a very important video, right? Because, like I say, in any earthquake or any like hurricane or any like natural disaster, the first thing that you need is water, right? And then you don't have access to clean water. So that was
Yeah.
how this started in 2011. And after that, many we got a lot of publicity and attention, like media attention, and then people started to ask, like, what else, right? Like, what else you can do, right? To for other issues, right? That other global problems that also require solutions. So this is how the program started and how we started to develop about thinking about what kind of global challenges, how we could work with global and local experts to kind of identify what were the solutions for these challenges, right? And how we could share these through mobile phones. Because, at that time, also the penetration of mobile phones, they were already, right, in 2011,
Mm,
it was not
yeah.
more. So it was an opportunity, like I say, to have access to mobile phones, and then being at the university, have access to this knowledge from experts that work at the university, right? And then have also access to local languages through the local people that also speak English, right? So they could translate, and then they could translate, record, and then they send us, right, their translation, we place into the video, and then we distribute through many different ways, many different ways. So this is how the program started in 2011. And yeah, I don't know. I can now maybe talk a little about the research if you want, or if you have any other question before that.
Yeah. So I think I agree that the research can start with the problem with that we saw, and we try to solve that. And yeah, it is excellent way to communicate with people, right? To have people more access to the one, because one video can replay rerun to about many times, so it is kind of sustainable. And another than the problem that you saw. So uh, is there another way that you have like a draw inspiration or idea from like a from another yeah.
Yes, yes. So the first, when you start a program, it's not that all the ideas come at the same time, right? So you kind
Oh,
of
not all. Okay.
right. So you start like, this is a process of thinking, and and the
Mm,
program start evolving, right? So at the beginning was like a single video in a very, like I say, very time for Haiti, right? It was a single video for Haiti, and it's not that, we invented something. We didn't invent anything, right? So then over time, then we started to think about like core areas, like other videos, like how we could make this sustainable. It's more like a system, what we call a system approach to knowledge, to create knowledge. And the system approach it has like different components, right? So the components is, like I say, the identify the topics, right? The creation of the videos, the challenges, who is going to help you that have expertise in the specific topic, who is going to help you to do the translation and recording, to include this in the
yeah.
local languages, who is going to help you to distribute this in other countries, right? Like worldwide, right? Or like through the internet, like I say, radio station, TV station, NGOs, you identify, right? Like many different partners group that can help you through the process. Then you have to identify what are going to be your core areas. So in
Mm,
our case, at the beginning, we identified agriculture, health, women empowerment. These were the three core areas, right, that we identified. And then over time, we included other core areas like peace and justice, because it's really important for a country, right? Peace and justice. If a country doesn't have peace, then, it's very difficult, right? So we thought that this was
yeah.
very important. So then after the core areas, right, then you create a video and how you are going to reach the target audience, the people that really need this information, right? How you are going to reach them, and how they are going to benefit from this content. So then you need to also evaluate, right, how they are, benefiting. And this is where the research come, right? In
Mm,
how you evaluate what if this video, this content, right, that you create have like positive impact, have, improve people's life, improve their, like not only well-being, but also their, economic, right? So they have more money. So you lift them out of poverty. So, like I say, there are like, you have to think about how the impact that you are having with this. It's not about creating content, right? And
Yeah.
this is like a loop, right? So in each component you get feedback, and then you adjust
Mm.
based on the feedback that you receive, so then to make the program better, right? So then, because the
Yeah.
end goal is to reach what we call the last mile, is these are people that live in rural areas, that they don't have access to information, that they speak many different languages, but maybe they don't speak the mainstream languages, and the information maybe is in English or French or Portuguese, but they don't speak the language, right? So how you are going to reach them? And then,
Yeah.
maybe they have a cell phone, maybe, or maybe not, right? So this is really thinking about them. This is what this program is about, right? To reaching these people.
Mhm. Yeah, and in the very beginning, so when you don't have the human resource yet to help you, so how you decide or thinking like who should be the partner for you, and why you select them to be your partner?
Yes, 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 yes. This is a very good question, right? And it's
Yes,
difficult, right? So we started to kind of identify who were the NGOs that work in
NGO.
the
Okay.
country, and what
Mm,
kind of work they do in the country. And you are giving them something for free, because
yes.
after you pay for the video, right, our goal is that all these educational materials are free for people to use, in educational programs or for good, social cause, right? So you identified all these groups that are already working, like, for example, and like I say, water quality, just to follow with the same example. Can be any topic, right? Can be nutrition, can be, I don't know, how to, can be storage, or how to prevent post-harvest loss, can be anything, right? So you identify which groups are working in the country
The
that you
area.
employ. Yes, and then you are giving them something for free, and then you are starting this relationship where you engage, right, about, okay, how we can work together, in
Mm,
a way that is like a win-win situation
win-win
for us.
situation. Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so um for it mean that for the video you have the cost for pay for the video, but after you have like a video product finished, and then we
yes.
go to NGO and asking them if they can use or collaborate. Is that correct?
Yes, yes. So we identify, right, the funding to make the video. So
Mm,
the good thing about working at the university, right? The university is paying for our salary. So then it's easier,
okay.
right, for us to kind of, we are in the right place to kind of sustain this type of program, right? So we also identify the funding, right? Can be like through grants, like internal and external grants. So sometimes the university, you can apply for internal
Oh, okay, for the funding. Yes.
for the
And so
yes.
how you ne negotiate with the NGO that what they will gain or what they will get from you. So when collaborate.
What I do get from them and what do they get from me?
Yes.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
yes. The
Yes.
win-win
Yes.
situation.
Yes. Yes. So for me, right, because this is the mission of the program, that we reach, right, people
Mhm.
in developing countries and that live in rural areas, like I mentioned before, right? So this is the
Yes.
mission of the program and the vision, right? So you are, so this is for us. That is our end goal, is to, to have more people watching the video, more people doing like following the technique that we are showing in the video, doing, kind of like, if they have, like, for example, losses in their grains, right? Then they don't have access to food, and then they can not sell in the market, right? So if we are
Mm.
showing them a technique that help them to, to store their grains, so then they can have food for the next planting season, or they can have grain to take to the market, then this is our end goal, right? Is like more and more people that have the need can have a solution for their need, right? Then for me also is the research, right? So how, like I say, this research helped me to be an expert in this field, right? And to be an expert in my department. And then what they get from us, these are educational materials, right? That they
Mm.
can use in their educational programs, right? And then they don't have to reinvent the wheel. They don't have to create new educational materials, because we are providing them the educational materials. So here is like a, sometimes NGOs don't have funding to create educational materials, right?
Yes. It's
They have
expensive as
funding.
well.
Yeah. Yes, right, right. So then they have, like I say, they have access for to this digital library for free. They don't have to pay anything. And then they have to just, download into their cell phones, right? And then they can use this in their training programs, or they can use these educational materials to share with people that they really need this information. So I think is, and I think the partnership can be, like I say, not only for outreach, but can also, we can work together on the research, we can publish together, we can work together and find the funding to create new educational materials that are good for them. We can help them on training, so then they can train. We can help them on how to do training with these materials. And yeah, so in, like I say, each component of the system is a win-win for partnership, to be engaged with more and more partnership in different countries. So we have many, many, many different partners, and even like,
Yeah.
small NGOs, medium NGOs, big NGOs, TV stations. There are TV stations that are using these materials, right, in between their
Yeah.
programs. In the health also, like, hospitals, they can put these videos in their TV screens when the patients are waiting to see a doctor. Like I say, you can be very creative, and there are many, many different ways of using these materials. And yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a win-win. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. So I think they're not got only the normal video, but that the content in the video is come from the expert, from the research as
Yes,
well. Like it's really how to say, very informative video.
yes,
Yeah. And
thank you.
all the video that we talking about is SAWBO project, right? Can
Mm-hmm.
you
All the videos. Yes,
yeah, can you introduce a little bit about like a SAWBO project component, like how many component content, and
yes,
how we can use in case of Laos? So because I also interesting that there are many section of the content that I think is useful for Laos. So if
yes.
some researcher from Laos or some organization that can would like to use how to do that.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So yes, so this is like ongoing library of educational materials means that, every time that we have funding or
Yes,
and we have the opportunity to create more videos, right? It doesn't matter if another group pay for the video. Here, it doesn't matter. All the videos that we created are free, so they go to our library. It doesn't matter who pay for the video, right? So we have
yes,
more than 150 educational materials, videos, right? Like you said, that they were created by experts in different areas. And then we have more than 300 languages, right? So some of the videos, right, are very like specific for maybe a country because sometimes, like I say, if they pay for the video, they say, okay, we want this video that is appropriate for Laos or, Nepal, any country, right? So, for example, we got funding to work in the lentil sector for Nepal. So we have a lot of videos, right, that have like the background, the characters, the object for appropriate for Nepal, right? So these videos, anybody can use, right? The content is good for any place, but they are contextualized, local contextualized for Nepal, right? Or any other country. So all depends, like I say, on the funding that we get. We get funding for Laos, and you said, we want the character that look like
wow, okay,
Laos, right? Or the background, like the mountains, the green, the whatever. So this is what we do. But then the videos will go into our web page, will go into our YouTube channel, will be shared worldwide, will go to the Minister of Agriculture or Minister of Health. And, sometimes they have like a link to these videos, right? And so then, like I say, it doesn't matter if they are contextualized for a country, they can be used for any country. And we right now we have funding, like I say, to work in Nepal, and we have funding also to work in the Great Lakes countries in Africa. So these are Rwanda, Burundi, the DRC, and Kenya and Malawi and Tanzania, right? So, like I
yeah,
say, it depends on the funding, but it doesn't matter. And the good thing about the videos is that you can transform the videos and adjust. Like, you have an object, and then you can change that object to look different. So you don't have to really make a new video every time that you need a video. You understand?
yeah,
Like, yeah,
yeah. So it means that we can translate the one that already have in Lao language, right? And
yes,
but
for
you just
sure.
need the volunteer to do that, right? So
Translation, yes, yes,
it is
yes.
possible if I could also send the your email maybe
Please do
in the
so.
ANRCB as well that if anyone would like to volunteer to
Yes,
translate video that they can just send you the
yes,
email and then you
yes,
send them the transcription and
yes,
voice.
yes, 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 yes. So we, for all the volunteers that are interested in translating a video or
Yes.
any video, right? So we send
Yeah.
them the script, we train them on how to do the translation and recording. And
Yeah.
then, their name goes into the video. So it's a
Oh, okay.
translator by such and such, right? So their name goes into the credit, into the video, and also in the credit. So then, just if they are going to use the video, then people are going to hear his or her voice, right? When they use the
Yeah.
video for training or for whatever, or when they share the video, then his or her voice will be there. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
very.
because
Mhm.
I also interesting to be the volunteer too. So we can discuss this later. And
Yes,
then, yeah,
yes, yes. And I will send you an example of one of the script when we finish
yes.
this meeting. And so
Mhm.
then you can see how the script work and how, like I say, it is structured for you to do translation. So yeah, I will follow up with you.
Wow, that is very notable project. So I think it's yeah, it's create sustainable and then it's the model that I like a lot and I would like to have my own project like this as well. Maybe we can collaborate. Yeah,
Yes, that will be great. I will be very happy to collaborate with you, right? Because I
yeah,
think I can learn from you and you can also learn from me. So that will be very nice. Yes.
yeah.
So let's do that.
And yeah, and working in the diverse community, maybe particularly indigenous and women in like a rural area, very remote area.
Yeah.
Maybe it can be nuanced, but what is your opinion? Like, what is the crucial to consider to engage them, to ensure that their acceptance of the one that we provide or the resource that we provide?
Yes, yes. So yes, so again, since the beginning of when we created this program, women were very important, right? This is why one of our core areas in at the beginning was women empowerment, and
Yeah.
yes, and this we have this area, one of the core areas, because women really, when worldwide, right? Women are like, when they attend training programs, they are not like sitting at, you know, they are normally they are in the back of the room. They are very busy, right, with all the activities that they have to do. So they don't have the time to really attend
Yes.
training programs, right?
Same
They,
situation in
yeah.
Laos.
So what we realized that this was very interesting, right? So we did a research study in Mozambique, right, where we did like 3 interventions, one with a video only, another intervention
Mm,
was video plus the educator explaining, right? A presentation of the educator plus the video. And the third intervention was the educator only, right? And after
mm.
doing the research, collecting the data, analyzing the data, we realized that women learn more from the video only.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so the best approach, right, was the
Mm,
extension educator plus the video. But in the case of women, they learn more from the video. Why was that? Because, like I say, women don't have the time to attend training programs. They are not like sitting at the beginning of the, in the classroom, right? They are not the one in the front. They are normally in the back, so they don't listen well. Then they don't participate
okay.
because they are like, they let men participate first, right? So they don't ask so many questions, right? So what we
Yeah.
realize is that when like women have a cell phones and they can watch the videos, right, 2 or 3 times, they really understand the content well, right? And they are the first one that will innovate, the first one that will take the steps to follow the technique, right? So I think it's very good for women, right, to because of the social kind of situation that they are, right? So I think these videos were very, very helpful for women. And
Okay.
yeah, I think that, engaging like women cooperative, women association, even like, you know, women, individual women, or like like a friends, like women friends or women neighbors or women NGOs. Like I say, there are many possibilities to engage women. Yeah, because there
Okay.
are, the digital. divide, like gender digital divide, right? So we really have to pay attention to women because that is the reality. They don't have the same access to education than men.
And doing the research, do you do something to motivate them to engage to video or training or not? Because I also do the research on meta study on compare between the mother who have like a better nourished children and undernourished children, and we found that for my study, I found that the mother who have better nourished children, they have uh, how to say more motivation to searching video how to take care their children by themselves compared
Yes,
to the one that have least nourished children that they just only go for ANC and then no searching, no motivation. But we don't know what motivation is. But
yes,
we compare that the one that have better nourished is have like searching video, finding like many sort of education. So I
yes,
just would like ask you, what do you think about this and
yes,
about your
yes.
project? Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. So that is a very tough, right? How to motivate
Yes.
women to participate in
Yeah.
training programs, right? So again, we did another research in Bangladesh, right? And
Okay.
this issue, right?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes, and we found out that you know you have to organize training programs, right? Or events, right? Taking, like, thinking which day of the week is better for the women,
Oh, okay.
which time of the day is better for women to participate, right? Um, Also, if the educator or the extension is a male or female, so it's preferable if it's a female, right?
Mm.
And also the venue, which place are you going to use to bring women, to engage women, right? Where are you going to set up your training or, your program? And then also, you also need to keep in mind, of course, right? If what you are going to so or what you are going, like the training that you are going to do, if women have access to all these gadget, like, I don't know, you have to kind of situate it,
Yeah.
the program or the training, kind of for women, right? So, like, for example, I am thinking, we have a video on nutrition for how, that you use the beans, like the powder of beans to feed babies, right? So you give like small quantity, but then that help with the nutrition of the baby if you cannot buy formula, for example, right?
Mm. Yeah.
So this is one of the videos that we have. So you have to, of course, if you are going to show that video or to train on this nutrition component, you have to make sure that women have beans, right? Because if,
Yes.
right, so if
So
they don't have
provide.
what you are sewing, then they
Yeah.
don't. So there are like
Yes.
before you organize any training or before you motivate women to participate, you need to think about all these things before, right? In the design of the training, you need to think about when is the most convenient day, time, gender of the trainer, like I say, and then all the other things that you are going to share.
Yeah, that is like a kind of SBCC, like a social behavior change
Yes,
communication, right? So we have
yes,
to provide them like a provide opportunity to them to access to the food, to the tune and
yes,
ability, like a skill and also the available time.
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
that is the
yes.
key.
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm. So it's
and
just, like I say, some recommendations that are important to motivate women.
yes, yes, yes. I agree. Yeah. And as you are progress in your research journey, you likely encounter insight and lesson along the way. So, what are some aspects of conduct research that you wish you had known when you first start, but you had only recently discovered?
Uh-huh. Conducting research. So,
Yeah.
yes, so, each research is different. You cannot like generalize and said, oh, I will do this in this way for all the research I do. No, no. Each research is different, right? So
Mm,
depends on the type of research that you want to do. But I think the first stage of the research is just creating the instrument, right? um, is very important to take the time and to think about what do you want to get from the research, right? Like I'm just thinking our last research that is not even done yet, right? We did like a pre and post. We did the pre-test and we are going to do the post-test in in Zambia, right? And we were looking at best agriculture practices to minimize the effect of climate change. This was
mm,
right. So again, you have to really, think about what you can design, right? So then, when you collect the data, you know what you are looking for in the data, and then you can move forward. But each research is different, right? It's just like I
yeah.
say, depends on what you want to accomplish. Yes.
It
Mhm.
depend on the goal, the
Yes.
goal
Right,
and the
right.
context. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that a kind of like a flexible and adaptation to
Yes,
the local context, right? So for example, maybe we just thinking we will do like that, but the local context will be like that. In the reality, we have to adapt and
yes.
yeah, make it happen.
Yes,
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 yes.
yes. And when you write your research proposal, right, you start
Yeah.
thinking about all these things. And this is good about writing, the research proposal, because it make you think about all these aspects that if you don't write, then you don't
Mm,
think, right? So then, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, very good information. So the last question, time fly very fast. So considering your wealth of experience, so what advice would you offer to young researchers who are just beginning their research career?
yes, yes. So I will, my my encourage, or my advice is that is beautiful to do research, is
Yeah,
it just motivate you to do a good job, right? Because then you see that what you are doing really have impact and make sense. And it's just, there is something, like I say, beautiful, right, about doing research, and very like exciting, right? Like, oh, I will
yeah,
do the research, I will analyze the data, and then see the what the data tell me, right? That maybe sometimes I thought about that before, but then sometimes it's like surprise, surprise. There are other
yes,
things that come, right? It's not about what I thought at the beginning, but new things come from the data, and how I will integrate these new things into writing a paper. So I think is I will say that I will encourage, right, new researcher to start in a simple way, to start in a simple research, not very complicated one, and just take the approach that they like. If they like mixed method, if they like qualitative, if they like quantitative. So I will encourage them, but just start like with a simple research, so then they can learn from the experience, and then they can expand, right?
yeah. So start with the simple research and the method that you most how to say most know know well about that first, right? So
Yes.
because I think that will good way to do because after that we will more confident and go to the
Mhm.
next step that more difficulty. Yeah,
Yes.
more difficult method, complicated one. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
that's
yes.
good.
That
That's
that
good
is my
advice.
recommendation. Yes, that is my recommendation. When I started very, very simple research. It's like I was interested in what people knew about one specific topic and then what people learn after they watch a video. Very simple, right?
Mm,
Tell me what you
yes,
know about water quality, and then you are going to watch a video, and then you are going to tell me if you learn anything new that you didn't know before. So
yeah,
it was like, so very simple.
yeah. So another last question just popped up in my mind. So how you evaluate the is
Yes.
effective or not effective video? Yeah. So which
Yes.
way do you evaluate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, the effectiveness of any research, right, come
Yeah.
when people start adopting what they are learning. So if they start adopting, then you know that your research was effective. So like,
Yes.
yes, in my case, right, we did this research in Mozambique, and there was like 89% adoption to the
Oh,
solution that we proposed. So that was very good, right? And then we went like a follow-up research study 2 years later, and people were,
okay.
more and more people were adopting because they heard, they learned, and then they were more, adopting. So, like I say, you evaluate the impact, and the impact evaluation is through adoption and maybe behavior change.
Yeah. So it's kind of pre-test, post-test, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pre-intervention, post-intervention. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's very good. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you very much, Professor Bravo, to taking time talking to us today. So your information is very useful. I enjoy a lot, and I hope the young researcher and audience also will enjoy too.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And like I say, I am very grateful for this opportunity, and we can
Yeah,
talk anytime, and I am available. So please feel free to share my email or phone number or whatever. I would like to work
yeah,
with you, and I hope we can find the opportunity to work together.